Should I use a buyer's agent or should I go directly to the listing agent? This is a question I'm sure a lot of you are asking yourselves if you're thinking about buying a home. I know that the thought is that if you go directly to the listing agent, you're gonna get a better deal because you're gonna have a direct line and the listing agent has an interest in working with you to make a little bit more money, and that kind of makes sense. I think that if you're an investor, if you're a savvy investor, you bought plenty of homes and you kind of know the ropes, I think you kind of go with your best judgment and you might go directly to the listing agent to maybe get a better deal or maybe just have a direct connection. Now for the regular buyer, if you're a first-time home buyer or like most buyers that buy a home every maybe 7, 10, 15 years, for you, I would really recommend to use a buyer's agent. And one of the simple reasons is because buyer representation is free. So if you have the opportunity to have a buyer agent represent you and only worry about your interests and it's free to you, then why wouldn't you just take that opportunity? That buyer's agent, if you use a local agent, is experienced in that market and they've been there and they know where the good spots are, where the bad parts are. They might know certain things about that area that you don't know. And instead of trying to save a couple bucks and go direct, I think it's just better to have somebody to represent your interest. The other thing about a buyer's agent is that once you start working with them longer, especially if they're a local expert, they're gonna have a good idea of what you're looking for. So you go out and look at a home and then you tell them, you know what, I really want a home that has a big bathtub, for example. Now they know that. So now you have another set of eyes with that buyer's agent who knows the market and knows which homes have the certain things that you want, and they're gonna be on top of it, and they're gonna also help you try to find something like that. If you keep going to listing agents, they're not gonna know what you want. You're not gonna have any continuity on your search, and it's gonna take you longer. I mean, really, you're just gonna struggle with it a little bit more because you don't have that other set of eyes. Agents are full-time agents. You're able to search online, there's all the information that you need really online, but we're doing this full-time. So it's good to have somebody doing that full-time for you. Now, also, if you go directly to the listing agent and you end up in contract with that listing agent, and sometimes I'm a listing agent as well, of course, that listing agent is going to be in a dual agency situation. So what they have to do is they have to represent the seller, because really what they told that seller is they're going to get him as much money as possible. But they also have to represent you. And they told you that they're going to get you a great deal on the home. They told you that they're going to make sure that you don't buy a lemon. They're going to make sure all these things for you. So really, you have both of these interests on two ends. And really what you have to end up doing as a dual agent is kind of meet in the middle somewhere. You're really not getting true representation when the agent is representing both sides. So maybe you'll get a little bit of a discount on the commission or something like that, but you're not necessarily going to get the best deal. So I think that that's a huge thing for using your own buyer's agent. The other thing is that listing agent is trying to sell you that one home. A buyer's agent is going to get paid, again, by the seller, so they don't have a bias to try to sell you just that one home. If you have a good ethical buyer's agent, they're gonna take you around into that area and they're gonna show you all the homes in the area and they're gonna tell you the pros and cons, because they just wanna sell you a good home and they wanna sell you any of the homes that you're looking for. They're not trying to just pigeonhole you into that one home like that listing agent might do. So that's another reason why they're kind of looking out for your interests a little bit more. Now, once you have your offer accepted and you have a buyer's agent, that agent's gonna review the contracts with you. They're gonna go to the inspection with you. And it's happened to me in the past where there's just something that's really wrong with the house during that inspection. One time I went to a house and there was a mouse trap and there was rat droppings under the house. And you know what? My client didn't want to buy it. She just didn't feel good about it. She was having a baby and she just didn't feel it was clean or that they were going to have problems with rodents under the house, and she canceled the deal. And I, as a buyer representative, had to go with her. I said, you know what? If you don't feel comfortable with it, we have to cancel the deal. Now, if you're in a contract directly with the listing agent and you're in that same situation, it might not be as easy to do, because that listing agent, once you leave from that home and you go with somebody else, they're not going to make a commission off you. So, what I did in that case is we just showed them other properties, and eventually we ended up finding something, because I know that what I'm doing is I'm trying to represent that buyer. So that's very important. Another thing is off-market properties. If you're working with a buyer's agent and they work for one of the local brokerages, You know, they're meeting with all the other agents in their brokerage. They have other listings in the area that might be coming soon. They have kind of a pulse of the market, and they might be able to connect you with something before it even gets on the market. So, you know, I think there's a lot of benefits to working with a buyer's agent. Again, it's free, so why wouldn't you do it? So that would be my recommendation. If you're looking for a home out there and you're just a regular buyer, not like a savvy investor buying your 10th, 15th home, you're just a regular buyer, first-time home buyer, or just somebody who's gonna move into the home, I really do recommend that you work with a buyer's agent. So I hope that helps bring a little bit of clarity to the question. I think that is really your decision, but if I were you, I would really just go with the buyer's agent.